There's a pretty big game coming up for the Falcons on Monday Night Football in Philadelphia against the Eagles, and who better to break this down than my friend, Falcons legend, John Abraham. Hello, Abe, and we know that Kirk Cousins, this guy, we watched him on Sunday against the Steelers. Not so great, right? He's going to have a bounce-back game. Him and the offense will have to get in a much better rhythm in Philadelphia. What is going to be the key for the Falcons offense to find success against the Eagles?
Well, personally, just watching the offense, they didn't look balanced. I mean, just period blank. It didn't look like Kirk was comfortable. It didn't look like the O-line was comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't even know about the receivers or anyone. It's just the whole team didn't look like they really were ready to play. I think Zach Robinson needs to have a sit down and just go to Kirk and ask Kirk, what do you want to do? What are you comfortable with? Okay, you know, I know I've done this in L.A., which he said in the press conference that in L.A., some of the stuff he did, he implemented here. It's not L.A., bro. You know,
yeah.
It's a whole nother coast. You know, so I think that definitely he needs to just sit down with Kurt and have a man-to-man and be like, Kurt, show me in Minnesota what you did. We need that. We need Drake London down the field. We need stuff like that. So show me what you're comfortable with. When you go to bed at night, if I had to give you some plays, what would you take? Like, what would be your dream plays? And give us that, and let's bring that to Philly.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is in his 13th year in the NFL. He's probably got some pretty good pointers for his new offensive coordinator, first-time play caller. You've got Eagles interior defensive linemen like Jalen Carter and like Jordan Davis. They are going to try to collapse the pocket on Kirk Cousins. You know a thing or two about playing on a defense, so take me inside the mind of a guy who got after the quarterback a lot in your career. How do you go about doing that?
Well, first of all, I'll be licking my chops. They were 2-9. I mean, the Falcons were 2-9.
Yeah.
They were 2-9 on third down. So for me, as a D lineman, I'm going to be chopping at the bit. You know, if I'm any of those guys on that D lineman, I'm ready. And also, he don't really move a lot.
Yeah.
And we got to get in Kirk's head. If I'm a defensive guy, I'm trying to get in Kirk's head. I'm trying to hit him as much as possible. I'm talking a little trash, you know. I'm going to tell him to, you know, go back to your little wing tee or whatever y'all was playing last week. You know, do some stuff like that.
Is that what you did when you were a player?
Yeah, you had to. You had to, like, talk a little bit. You know, even if the player was way better than you or trash. You had to give him a little sauce.
Yeah, and so I'm assuming that you're going to have to do that to Jaylen Herz, who is a guy a little bit more mobile than Kirk Cousins. However, he can do a lot of different things. How do you make Jaylen Herz uncomfortable?
First of all, you got to talk about last week. You know, for me personally, you got to make sure he knows, okay, we're coming. If it was me personally as a defensive coordinator, I would bring 5 guys. He only had they had 2 sacks last week.
Yep.
One was outside the pocket. We trying to keep him in the pocket. Personally, like me, I would literally try to bring somebody straight up front. I would tell the guys, you know, stay outside. Let's keep him in the pocket because he can run, and we don't want to put those kind of yards up. They're a kind of team that can make mistakes and still win, so we got to make sure that we get him on the ground and keep him in third and longs.
You make a really good point. They did make a lot of mistakes in Brazil in week 1, and yet they still come out with the win. The Falcons, they make mistakes. They did not win against the Steelers. Now, Abe, you have played against the Eagles in Philadelphia. You've also played in tons of primetime games. Which one is harder, playing in Philly or a primetime game?
Well, personally, do not, and I repeat, do not eat the Philly cheesesteak before the game. It's a Monday night. It's a Monday night game. Don't fall for the banana in the pipe, man. I'm telling y'all. So look, y'all gonna come there Sunday early. Y'all gonna have a lot of time. Do not
talking to the players.
Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm talking to the players. Do not get the Philly. Hey, you have too much time on your hands. Your stomach get heavy. Don't do it.
Something tells me that you ate a Philly cheesesteak.
I did. Me and Sean Ellis. My rookie year, we went to Philly, and Sean was so excited about eating the Philly cheese, so I ate like 2 or 3 of them. Next game was horrible. That next day, I just felt like trash. Playing in Philly is going to be tough just because of the fans.
Yeah.
Playing in Philly is going to be tough just because of the stars they have. I mean, they're loaded on both sides of the ball. It's not even one particular part of their team that you can say is weak, because I was just telling you about how Lane Johnson and Beckham are playing great on offense. They have Slay on defense. They have you know, young trotters coming along. It's like you try to find a weakness in their team and you really can't. So playing in that primetime game, knowing that you're coming from a loss with 3 turnovers. This guy had 3 turnovers and they won and y'all lost. It's going to be tough. And it's the second game of the year after a terrible loss. Coming into prime time on Monday is going to be tough.
It's definitely going to be tough, and that atmosphere is going to be ridiculous. So the Falcons have to be ready for that. Now let's dip into the secondary for a second. AJ Terrell, He's going to have his hands full. He usually does each week because there are some very good wideouts in this league. Now, A.J. Brown, who is one of those guys that you kind of mentioned, he's a superstar on offense for the Philadelphia Eagles. What's A.J. going to have to do to lock down that outside?
I'm not worrying about A.J. as much as I'm worrying about Simmons and Bates. I think they got to play well. They got to keep Smith and the other guy out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I just feel like he's played well enough last week against Pickens. I mean, Pickens had around like 64 yards and decent.
But you were okay with A.J.'s
yes,
performance?
He played decent. So I'm not really worrying about A.J. I think that with the safety play, everything else will work. I mean, we got 2 all-pro safeties. Why not have those guys be the main part of the defense? You know, Grady's going to do his thing. We love Grady. He's the face of the team. We know that. But those 2 guys got to control that whole team. If you think about last week, Pittsburgh didn't throw it through the middle of the field the whole time. And I think that had something to do with them. Not our linebackers. I love our linebackers too. But I'm just saying, I really think when you think about those 2 guys in the middle of the field, you think about, oh, no, we're just going to go to outside, see if we can pick the corners off. So if they can implement that and keep Jesse and those guys can play well, it's a win.
Sky's the limit for this defense for sure. Let's talk about a battle of the star running backs, Bijan Robinson versus Saquon Barkley. These are 2 guys that are absolutely tremendous right now and will be in the future. What makes Bijan Robinson so special on offense?
You can put him anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
But also, like I told you earlier, I feel we should just put him at running back. Let them play running back and let everybody else get their positions right.
Role clarity.
Yes, get the role clarity right. Okay, Bijan, you're going to touch the ball 25 times. We're going to let Algiers get it 15. We're just going to pound and ground them. We're not worrying about, we're going to let Kirk do his thing. Kirk got about 30 plays that we're going to do for him, but we got 30 plays for y'all. And we want y'all to pretty much control this team and control this offense. If you're getting 3 yards a pop, 3.5 on the run, and maybe 4, first down. You don't got to worry about it. Time of possession to be better. Defense won't have to be on the field 72 plays. If you're going to win this game, they got to have that kind of mentality. Not like, okay, we're going to try to score quick, then put their offense back on the field, and they get to score quick. No. Right now, y'all had 72 plays last week. 72 plays. So the defense is probably a little tired. I know it's the first game, but think about it mentally.
Sure.
Oh, we got to go another 72 plays. No. Run the ball, time of possession. 30 plays for the defense, 40 plays for the defense. You win the game, you're good.
It sounds nice. You pretty much already said how the Falcons can win, but do you think the Falcons have a chance in this game?
It's not really about winning for them. It's about not losing.
Yeah,
I mean,
good point.
I couldn't cheer at the game. We was watching the game.
It was very hard for him, by the way. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
I couldn't cheer. But then also we were being very critical on how they kept turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Or even the plays they were doing. Like, I thought the running plays I thought the defense wasn't playing as well as I seen afterwards. They had 41 rushes. They gave only 3.3 yards. That's actually great. I thought it was a lot worse, but looking at it, it was strictly the turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, we got excited. Well, I got excited
Definitely.
at halftime when they had the 2-minute drill, and I thought this was going to be something that rolled over to the second half, but it didn't. So for this team to able to win, you got to keep the ball, you got to keep the time possession, you got to keep these guys off the field. I'm sorry, like being a defensive player, 70 plays in a game is literally like 2 games for us.
I really think that the Falcons do have a chance, at least in Philadelphia. They just have to clean up those mistakes. And as Abe said, not turn the ball over. For John Abraham, I'm Maria Martin. I will see you guys in Philadelphia.